Everything is fine, friends?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Spring people, what the Spring people is implemented in the security concept. Then what is that? They introduce what is the CSRF in what is that in Spring security. What you need to do if the farm like farm data, like farm kind of things is there in our secure Spring application, right? So what you need to do? You need to enable what is that? Enable what? Enable CSRF, right? You need to enable CSRF. Where it is now? Go inside that. What explicitly I disabled, right? Explicitly I disabled. See this? But if we delete it, by default, this one is enabled only. By default, this one is a enable. So in which situation we need to disable this one? Whenever we are working in what is that? OAuth security, or what is that? Or we are using what? Or we are using JWT security. We need to what is that? Disable, because everything is came in that situation. What is that? In the token format. Token is valid, invalid. Who is the deciding? Our API only, right? Come on. But if the form based security concept, if we are implementing, right, then what we need to do? We need to enable this one. So now if this things is enabled, right, if this things is enabled, now in this time, just refresh it, right? Just refresh it. Okay, no issues. So here what is that? Let's make HTTP request. Okay, 9090, right? 9090. In this time, if you want to, if we inspect now, see this, see the magic. What is that? In this time, our spring is added. What is that? One CSRF token, which is the hexadecimal format. Come on, people. When I
Yes, Ravi.
enabled, when
Yes, yes.
I not added, right? If you want to see that, like, this is the code of what? This is the code. 1 minute. This is the code of what is that? Last time code, right? Last time, how our whenever our CSRF is disabled, whenever our CSRF is disabled, at the time this code is not. See, nothing is like CSRF token or any hexadecimal code is there. Whenever I enable, right? So whatever forms related to bank user form is there, in that what is that? In that what is that? One hidden CSRF is there. Like, just think about that. Okay, one doubt is came in your brain, right? Hey, Ravikant, this token, if end user is like copying, then that end user can make the request now. No. Why? Because this token will change every request. On every request, what is that? This token will change. Okay, so our hacker won't have capability to what? Our hacker won't have capability to what is that? Know that what is that? What is the CSRF token? So now what is that? In this time, what I'm doing now? I'm making the request, right? One data saved. Now same things. What I'm going to do now? I'm going to use this one. By using this one, what I'm going to do now? Let's see. Admin, and here what is that? Admin, right?
Admin, yeah.
We got now. What I'm going to do now? Let's. Hey, what is the problem? 1 minute.
Yeah.
Something issue is there. It should not submit. One confirmation form submit, right? Why this one is giving the problem?
You have logged in, and after that you have submit. It should work.
It should not work, right? Okay. Yeah. 1 minute. Logged. After then, what is that? After then, what we need to do? See, we worked, right? We worked. After then, we need to logged out also, right? Log out, right? After logging out, what I'm going to do now? I'm going to use this form, right? I'm going to use this
In
form.
this case, it will not work.
It's login every time. It should not. It's submitting. Why? Why this one is submitting? Because it should not submit, right? Because of that, we are enabling this CSRF.
No, after means after a plain text, you are redirecting to the same server.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it should work, or it's working
No, it
because
should not
it's
work. It should not. In
okay.
the night itself, only I experimented this one. Why this one is
Okay.
giving problem? 1 minute. Because this is the enabled, right? By default, this one is the enabled. But here, whenever I'm inspecting this one, this one is not confirmed form submission, because if I think this one is taking what is that some in memory like a cache things. Okay, because of that, it's not giving the see like whenever I'm inspecting this form, right? See, nothing we are getting at the time, right? I think some
Correct.
cache,
Yes.
I think some caches
Cache issue.
issues there, cache issues there, but it should not submit, because whenever we are enabling, because in the hacker, what is that CSRF token will not be there. Token will not be there. If hacker thinking about also that CSRF token, means every request every second, that what is that, if based on that every request what will happen, that one will change, that request will change. So that what is that, so our hacker will not if the hacker is designed also, they cannot like make the request. This is the solution only, right? This is the in the night itself only I was experimenting on that, friends. I don't know why this one is now not working, but this one only is there. So the difference you can understand by seeing this one, this form only. What I did, direct URL I copied, right? Direct URL I copied, and that form I copied. But whenever previously, without enabling what? Without enabling our CSRF concept, right?
Yes.
CSRF.
Yes. Sir.
But whenever I'm in when I enabled, right, CSRF, at the time, what is that? Our form is showing that what is that? Anywhere expectation is there. That tab is not there, right? Okay. What is this? Why this one is giving this one?
Form submission issue.
Yeah, that time our application only is stopping that one, right? But then now why this one? Okay, I think I need to restart again our Eclipse ID. Okay, again I need to stop on our Eclipse ID, friends. Okay, this one only is there, right? This one only is to stop what is that, our hacking is there. So phishing is attack. That's why what we are using in our Spring Boot application, CSRF, right? Come on, you guys, if you guys are
CSRF,
doing
Right.
the,
So,
yeah,
so Ravi, in this with the CSRF, we
yeah.
should take care about the cache managing also.
Kaise? No, no, no. This is the what is that? CSRF for what is that? It's generating for the who is the authorized client is there. For those authorized
Yes.
client form, it's generating one hexadecimal token in their form itself only. In their form itself only, right?
Right. Okay. But
Yeah,
one more question. One
yeah.
more question.
Mhm.
Uh, I think I forget. When should we go for CSRF disable or enable? I think I
No, no,
forget the
no, no,
name.
no. Okay, yeah, let's understand that one only.
I
Your
forget the
doubt
name.
is there, right? So
Right.
the important things, right? So CSRF, right? CSRF concept. CSRF concept is not required, is not required, right? What is that? When we use what is that? JWT or O OAuth, right? OAuth. Okay. So, and what is that? CRSC CSRF token. CSRF token is what is that? Required for what is that? What is that? Only form login. Sorry, only form submission. Only form submission, right? Or submit. Only form submit. Like what is that? Which kind of payment? Payment form. Payment form. Forms are what is that? Or what is that? Password.
Registered user we can say.
Password change form, etc.
But we also can say add a user or registration purpose. Means
Yeah,
if,
you can wherever, right? I given some examples, right? Just analyze
yeah.
from your side, right? Just analyze from your side, right?
Got it.
Like
Got it.
payment
Yeah,
forms are there, like in these kinds of situation, what we need to do, we need to use what is that? CSRF, right? But if we are implementing what is that? JWT or OAuth security, at the time we need to explicitly disable that. And in like by default, what is that? CSRF is what is that? Active only. Whenever we are working on what is that? JWT and OAuth, we need to make that one as a what is that? Disabled, right? Clear?
Yes, Ravi.
Just to do one thing, sir, guys. Okay, it will work because in the night itself only, because the long back I implemented these things, right? So in the night itself only I experimented my own only, right? In the night itself only, the same application, same things I implemented my own. It was working, right? It was working. I think some caches problem is there. Why the caches is problem is there?
yeah. Sometimes yes.
So
Sometimes it happens.
no, see this in our work space, right? Multiple project is came, right? Multiple project is happening, sorry, multiple projects are there, so many dependencies we took, right? So that's why it's giving the problem. Except that nothing, see how our JWT code also correct, right? But because of one or two
Right.
things, right? Caches and all those things are only we are getting that issue. Now same issue is there, like, but whatever explanation, our application and everything is same only, right? If you guys are implementing in your application and if you are experimenting those things, right, thus it will work. Okay. So now this is the CSRF token, friends. Now it's completed. Let's start in the next weekend our what is that, a new concept or project, right?
Project.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If people want, you started what is that, learning our microservices Spring Boot, right? You started core. Come on, please
Yes.
respond.
He started. Yeah. He asked about the Spring Boot.
Go inside that playlist, right? Go inside that playlist and here what is that? Spring Boot mail is there. Spring core. After then you need to learn what is that? Spring mail, right? After then Spring JDBC, Spring ORM, sorry, Spring Boot ORM, right? Spring Boot ORM will be there. Spring Boot ORM is nothing but what is that? Spring Boot data JPA, right? Spring Boot JDBC, Spring Boot data JPA, Spring scheduler, after then Spring mail, after then Spring Boot MVC, right? Spring Boot MVC, after then Spring REST will be there, right? Spring Boot REST will be there. You need to learn that Spring Boot REST. After then what you need to do, then you need to start what is that? Microservices, right? These step. 1 minute. What is that?
Ravi, can you write down? Yeah.
Spring Boot core.
Core.
First Spring Boot core. Then Spring Boot mail. After then, what is that?
JD.
Spring Boot
ADPC.
Spring Boot scheduling. Then JDBC. Fifth,
JP.
data
JPA.
JPA. After then what? Sixth, Spring Boot MVC.
And then rest.
Seventh, Spring Boot REST. Now microservice. Now microservices. These steps you need to follow in the chat box I'm giving.
Yeah, Ravi, hi Ravi. In the data GPA, we have we have the joining, means two tables join the tables and fetch the data based on the joining, like I
Hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, something you are saying that. What is that?
in this playlist.